everyone, welcome back to another video on Puppy. Last video I took the roof off. This one, bit by bit I can work away in the garage now because I've got dry storage, which is fantastic. Found a bit more rust when I took the roof off, and I'm doing a run to the tip. As you've seen, the roof was demolished by me. So there's still bits left that I need to take off that was attached to the roof, and when I pulled some of it off, some of it just came away with the adhesive it was on with. So that's what I'm going to get stuck into just now, just pulling the rest of that stuff off, getting off what I can, trying not to damage what's left of the old roof, and I can get rid of all that fiberglass and start looking at metal and things after that. I'm not going to be drilling anything just yet, grinding I mean, or anything just yet, because the windows are still in. I don't want to stain or damage the glass, so I'm just going to be using force to pull this fiberglass off. Like I say, I'll give you a look around the roof, what's left, and get taking more off. So all the roof that was left, you can see, as I said, most of it is off anyway. A bit more attached at the front, so I'll probably need more work there. But in terms in the back, it's all just going to lift off by hand. Obviously there's some need ground back, but yeah. Screws are off again. So yeah, this is all to come off. It's all for the bin. Just need to get to it. That's it, 5 minutes, quite easy, quite satisfying and quite messy, and yes, I should have been wearing a mask. Okay, so I've got most of the fiberglass roof off. There's a couple of wee bits that I'll need sanded off and wire brushed off, and I will get to that. This is another day from the last footage you've seen. I've had a few other bits and pieces to do in that time, so I'm not getting as much time on the cars as I would like, but that's life. So I'll give you a look at the roof. Some of it's quite worse for wear. A lot at the back that I would never have known had I not taken the roof off. So I'll get round with this camera and I'll give you a look just now. Right, going to the back. In particular, down this side here, you can see there's no metal here at all. And how far that goes back, I'll only know once I start getting rid of all this metal. In particular, the back here. So yeah, in a way, getting the roof off gave me a chance to look at this, because otherwise this was all covered up to here, I would never have seen it. But it does explain in my earlier videos why the water was getting in down here and all the way onto there. So other side isn't as bad so far, and all the way to the back. On first glance that is anyway. And as I come round the front, again, does not seem to be too bad. So yeah, just the back bit seems to be the biggest issue. So yeah, the roof itself, but to get into all of it, as I said, I'm going to have to cut back the paint, excess fiberglass, etc. Before I can do that, or even think about doing that, there's going to be sparks, and then when I start welding repairs, there's going to be sparks. There's a lot of things on the inside that are going to be a fire risk, that are going to be a risk of getting damaged, so I'm going to have to strip the inside out, which includes these units, the rock and roll bed, and the windows, because obviously the weld and splatter, things like that, will damage the windows. So yeah, that's what I'm going to focus on next. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cover as much of it as I can. One, to show the restoration as I'm doing it, and two, to remind me how it comes off so I can put it back on if I use this interior somewhere down the line. And yeah, I'll be taking plenty of photos and plenty of footage, so I don't know how this went together, how people put it together years ago, and I'm quite intrigued to know what's lying underneath rust-wise and bodges. So yeah, let's begin the interior strip down first, starting with these units. For the interior, this is my starting point. So we've got the 3 units, 1, 2, 3, and the bed, and obviously all the accessories that are underneath, as well as all of the door cards, if you like, and curtain rails, etc., and wires. First part to come out is just this. It just simply lifts off. I quite like this, and I think I'll keep this when the van goes back together if I change this setup, because I like being able to walk through without getting out of the van. So yeah, what I'm going to do once these are away, I'm going to stack them safely to the side and then I'll put them up in the storage. This is going to be coming out first, and it is attached to the rear of the passenger seat by bolts through here and here. And we can see up the back here and here. Fairly straightforward. I don't think there's any attached to the bottom, but I won't know until I get these undone. Right, next is the little one here. It's attached onto the sink and fridge unit with 3 bolts on the inside, and again it's fairly straightforward. The 3 bolts are accessible through here. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3, and then just in from here. Like I always do with these bolts, I'm just going to stick them back on the units and tighten them up. Not that I'll be using these, I'll be shiny new ones. Okay, a little bit of trim here that was used to separate this unit. I suppose it was to hold it in place while the van was moving as well. It's basically 3 screws onto the floor. And in case I'm watching this back myself, I'm going to put this in one of the cupboards so I know what it is, because I will lose it. Last unit, which is the sink unit, is attached again through, it's only 2 bolts, through the rear part of the seat, or the seat frame. And as with a few of the other ones, they're finger tight, they're not even tightened down, so either been out and put back in very quickly, or have just never been fitted very well to start with. I won't be doing that. That's the units out. I'll get this stored behind you somewhere, it's kind of piling up there. Which just leaves the mats. And if you remember going back to the first video, special floor that was on. A better look at this now.